he should have done the giveaway today.
All right, come on in. What's going on, guys? Vega here from SerpentX Special Forces. Thank you for coming back. I've been on a hiatus last weekend. I had a great time at Formula Drift, Orlando. Took some good pictures and videos. I mentioned in a past live stream, if you guys are interested in that type of content, I will post it, but that's not what this channel is all about. I do have some automotive-related content, but that's neither here nor there. This market is crazy, all right? I left you guys the keys to the house, and you ruined it, okay? When I was here, everything was fine. When I get back, everything's red. What did you guys do? Tyrone, what did you do with the money? I had a crack party. There we go. Asian markets kicked in, and we took a dip. Now, there's a number of reasons, speculation. I'm not going to give precedence to Mr. Musk as being the sole proprietor or the person that crashed us, but it really freaking sucks, okay? I will tell you that right now I am not discouraged whatsoever. But we'll get into some news topics here in a minute and my thoughts on what's going on. Thank you, everybody who came over from Red Panda Mining. This is Caffeine Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with a energy drink or caffeinated beverage of your choice. I drink NOS. I did talk to the marketers because NOS was down there. They had a station. You know, Chris Forsberg is sponsored by them. I did talk to him about, I was like, hey, do you guys ever consider sponsoring like tech YouTubers, crypto YouTubers, not just automotive related content? And they were interested, but I didn't really get any concrete information. They just advised me to go through a normal means of marketing and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. But welcome. Thank you for joining us. I will say that this stream is sponsored by dogelord.com. Links are in the description. All right, let's cut that off a little bit early. Thank you for everybody stopping by, the Panda family. And you're very welcome, Professor Ack, for the video on Ergo. You know, I just talk about various projects out there, and then you guys go ahead and always do your own research and figure out whether or not it's a project you feel like supporting, and then kind of go from there. But anyways, let me make sure this YouTube, all right, so site's muted. No questions. They stopped carrying the XL NOS around me. Yeah, the bottle. I love the bottle. Dude, the bottle was great. The bad thing is when you're out there in the heat, and you're drinking nothing but energy drinks all day, you'll get dehydrated really freaking fast. So we avoided that. I made sure to stay hydrated at all times. So let's get right into the news. Let's get right into it. So Bitcoin right now is dipping on the 4-hour. If we look at the hourly, you know, we've been on a steady downtrend. Okay, we've been just on a steady downtrend since the 21st. Pulled back up a little bit, or tried to on the 23rd, and we're coming back down. But technically, it's a higher low on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 1 day. On the daily, it is a higher low and higher high, but I don't know if this is the bottom. I can't tell you this is the bottom. I can't tell you like it's not going to dip down, and the reason why is because there is some sentiment in the market that we can see a further downturn. However, the biggest thing that I want you to understand is me personally. Let me give you my face shot here. Me personally, if this is a bear market, I'm all for it. I was mining Bitcoin when it was sub 1,000. I was mining cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. You know, when we had that big drop in 2017, 2016, I think it was 2015 or 2016. So if this is the bear market, I'm Gucci. Yeah, our miners aren't making as much, but think of it this way. If you're mining right now, hodl, right, or invest, right? You can put it on various platforms out there to earn interest, right? Because you're hodling it anyways. You're not trading it, so you might as well earn interest on it. Just don't put the entire bag you own in a platform which you don't own the private keys, not your keys, not your coins. But at least you can earn some additional interest on those funds that you already have. But you mine it, and then one day that cryptocurrency is going to be worth a lot more. Obviously, it depends on the project. I'm not going to say this project is going to like take off or anything like that. I don't like shilling projects, but I would focus on the main currencies out there that provide usable, tangible benefits, have utility, that have good devs on it, like the team of devs are good. Just keep your eyes out on projects like that. That would be my main recommendation. Continue to stack them sats, as the cup on dogelord.com says. Don't forget to check out the links down in the description below, and you'll see what happens in the end. So, very funny thing. The guys that shilled that Bitconnect, or the people, not just guys. SEC charges 5 for allegedly promoting a $2 billion Bitconnect Ponzi scheme. The SEC complaint alleges that these promoters offered and sold securities without registering the securities offering with the commission and without being registered as a broker/dealer or dash dealer with the commission as required by federal securities law. Trevon Brown, which we all know him, Craig Grant, we know him as well, Ryan Massing, Michael Noble, are said to have advertised the merits of investing in Bitconnect's lending program to prospective investors, including by creating testimonial-style videos and publishing on YouTube. Sometimes they did that multiple times a day. In exchange for their promotional efforts, the influencers and representatives were paid on a commission basis. The release also named Joshua Jessopin as a liaison between Bitconnect and promoters. And you can see here Trevon James talking about real crypto OGs would rally around me. I mean, I would consider myself an OG, how long I've been in this space. A few people like Bits Be Trippin'. There's only a handful of OGs, not the 2017 babies. No offense. I love you guys. I'm just saying something. So there's a lot of OGs that's been in the space for a long time, not the 2017 babies that came out during the early 2017. I wouldn't say we were rallying around Trevon James. I mean, most of the OGs knew that was a Ponzi scheme from the jump. It took off, and they were taking money from Peter to pay Paul, and it was just a big, triangle. It's just, you got to watch out for products like this. That's why there was so much issues with ICOs, or initial coin offerings. So a quote here says that we seek to hold accountable those who illegally profited by capitalizing on the public's interest in digital assets, says Laura from the Associate Regional Director of SEC's New York Regional Office. And Trevon James, and I'm not sure, I haven't read the full paper, but this is years in the making that the SEC has been planning to do this against people. That kind of actually looks like Trevon James. This, so, sucks for them, but we all know this guy. Carlos? Yeah. So, yeah. Be careful, guys. Be careful what you shill. Be careful what you get into. Don't promote projects that you're not comfortable with. If you need to get my attention during the live stream, please send me a super chat or at me in the live chat as well. I will say that I'm trying to open the Discord a little bit more by dropping it a tier. Right now, in order to join the Discord, you have to hit the join button. The reason it's in that proximity or behind a paywall is because there's so many bots and scammers out there. It's hard to keep up with, and I don't have a team. I am looking for team members, but you have to be in my Discord to communicate. I am looking for team members to help me out, moderate, stuff like that. But you got to be somebody I can trust. I'm not going to just pick one random person or anything like that. But that's neither here nor there. So let's continue moving on. So crypto will cause the next financial crisis, Precious Metal Boss says. Brett Heath, CEO of precious metals royalty and streaming company Motella Royalty Streaming, warns that crypto will lead the charge to the next financial crisis. Master Smurf says he made $450K off of Bitconnect and then lost it all. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. So, Motella Royalty and Streaming, the Canadian-based firm, founded in 1983, has a current net worth of about $500 million. Motella offers exposure to precious metals through gold and silver royalties and streams. I believe Heath quotes here, when you look back at the last few decades and you look at all of the financial crises that happen, they all have a couple things in common. One of them is the mass adoption of new financial product or new technology that's not very well understood. Like the card, believe it or not, the debit card that you guys have was not very well understood by the older generation. Our grandmas and grandpas and stuff like that would rather pay with a checkbook, cold hard cash, or change, not using the plastic card. That took a while to kick in, and that took a while to get in. And once it got in, it really blew up, and actually blew up too much because everybody was using that, especially credit cards. They were using debt that they couldn't afford to pay back. This is just another new technology that is still in its infancy. It's becoming more mainstream because if you notice, Gamers Nexus is talking about it a lot more. Paul's Hardware, Jay's 2 cents. Cryptocurrency is becoming more and more acceptable to talk about in the space, even the gamer space, right? So we had a lot of gamers at the beginning of the mining situation be very upset that all the GPUs are gone. However, I'm seeing a lot of gamers subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate that. If you can buy a GPU and return your investment, or I'm saying that wrong, return of or return on. Somebody correct me in the live chat or after the stream. But if you can earn that money back and pay off that GPU, why not? Why not? If you're not gaming, you're not using a computer, why not? It's not illegal. It's nothing wrong with it. You're making money using electricity. And what's funny is you pay taxes on electricity, and now the government wants to make you pay even more on capital gains. But we'll see how things turn out. So the CEO, back to this precious metal boss, Brett Heath, the CEO described cryptocurrencies as a license for the private sector to print money, as he questioned the amount of liquidity that has pumped into the market since the beginning of 2020. Heath drew a comparison with the United States M1 total liquidity money in circulation, noting that since January 2020, the M1 has increased by 4.5 times, according to the Federal Reserve. The M1 went from 4.4 billion basically in January 2020 to around 18, almost 19 billion as of April 2021. That's an extraordinary increase, and it's such a short period of time. I lost my track. But, where's he at? But if you look at the cryptocurrencies using total market cap excuse me, where am I at? Yeah, but if you look at the cryptocurrency using the total market cap to cryptocurrency, it's over tenfold. Why do people talk like that? Why you gotta say it so many times? If you can't tell, I'm on call. I'm busy. People who are the OGs in the channel already know that I'm always working, but I like to do the live streams for you every Saturday around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you subscribe to stay up to date. When you have the amount of capital wiped out of the digital wallets across the globe, you better believe there's going to be some significant financial repercussions that are felt. The precious metals proponent appears unfazed by the predictions of Bitcoin surpassing gold as a store of value. He has also questioned the notion that Bitcoin's max supply of 21 million gives it scarcity or value, and pointed to other cryptocurrencies of lesser value that are backed by what he says better technology. So, is Bitcoin losing its hype? Is Bitcoin losing its appeal? Now, I don't agree with that 100%, especially listening to some guy that cares more about precious metals than cryptocurrencies. But we blatantly saw that the Bitcoin dominance was dipping as other altcoins are taking the mantle, right? Especially Ethereum. With ETH 2.0 on the horizon, a lot of people are speculating that that's going to be the coin, the flippening, as they call it. But I don't think it's going to be a flip. I think it's going to be a mutual rise across much of the main currencies. I could be wrong. I'm just speculating here, not financial advice. But Bitcoin's technology, Bitcoin does need to continue to upgrade. We have Ethereum always providing, like the devs always doing EIP 1559 and EIP this and EIP that. They're always trying to upgrade. We need Bitcoin to do the same, right? So the Lightning Network, Musk is talking to some people in the Bitcoin space. So we'll see how things go. But I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be surpassed by another cryptocurrency anytime soon, but it is possible in the future if there aren't any upgrades done. And the point of this article is to show you, he believes, this precious metal guy believes that there is a financial crisis looming. But believe it or not, this financial crisis, while he sees it as a negative thing for cryptocurrency, we may see it as a positive thing for cryptocurrency. So this weekend, at time of recording right now, it is May 29th. We have in the States what we call Memorial Day weekend, right? So we barbecue, we have some beer, we have some good times, we have some friends over. It's camaraderie, it's great. But we state here, a bloody crypto Memorial Day weekend. Some Bitcoin bulls are dreading the long U.S. holiday because the market is not open, at least in traditional stocks, is not open Monday. Bullish investors in Bitcoin aren't all jazzed about the long U.S. Memorial holiday weekend ahead. Something bearish that could further crystallize the coming days for Bitcoin and the broader crypto complex, including Dogecoin and Ethereum. Now you can see Dogecoin, at least right now at time of filming, is down 9.38%, Ethereum down 4.89%, and then Bitcoin down 3.2%. And let's compare that against Coin 360, so 4.65. Yeah, we're red across the board. There's only a few coins that are actually doing good. And there are coins that I haven't really heard of. A lot of the stable coins are doing good. I saw XMR on Monero on a nice little pump. Zcash was on a nice little pump, but where is it now? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. I can't see it. No, I'm not blind. I shouldn't talk like that. Never talk negative. Never bring things into fruition. Anyways, everybody believes that there's a bloody crypto weekend ahead, and we saw that at the beginning of this like Friday, yesterday, right? So 27th, 28th was yesterday, and look at this dip down. We went from 38, almost 39, all the way down to 34, right? Then we started pushing back up today. And it's almost like the Asia markets, when they come online or when they start trading or when everybody's up, I'm not sure how we want to say that, it just starts to really put a hampering on our market. Yeah, like when the Asia market comes on, but why is Asia selling so much? Well, we'll find out here, so stay tuned. U.S. markets are closed by Monday for Memorial Day, but crypto markets are open 24/7. A report from Cointelegraph speculated that Bitcoin still could skid down to 20K or below. The asset was most recently changing hands at 36K, down over 7%. Now, bear in mind, this article is from yesterday. evening, things have already changed. With this in mind, a technical analysis said that the support near the 34K barrier may be in jeopardy after more of a bounce. So they have their eyes set on the 27K line. So if we lose and we break this support at 34K, they're saying that we could fall down to 27. I think we might get picked back up at 30, honestly. So let's see here. 32. So if we drop below 34, 32 is the next one. And then maybe 30 to 27. I don't know. I'm gonna go watch Jay from DCA Adventure. He's really good. All right, so Dogecoin prices. The popular meme cryptocurrency engineered in 2013 as a lighthearted riff of proliferation of Bitcoin alternatives is changing hands at 31.6 cents, down over 6%. The altcoin is down nearly 60% from its all-time peak earlier in May. Digital assets is up. The digital asset as a whole, though, is up 6,500% year to date. So for all those people, especially the people that I talked about, who invested quite a bit of their money savings into Dogecoin, that was not a smart investment. Now would have been a good time to do it, maybe, but not then. We can see here that Doge is now at 28 cents. Will it come back? I don't know. I mean, considering the fact that there's no really, the Elon Musk wasn't talking to the Dogecoin developers directly. Like they admitted he has not contacted us. So who is he talking to, and what does it have to do with Doge? Like there's no fundamental changes or upgrades coming for the Dogecoin network, so I don't see any reason why you should jump into it, but I could be wrong. Maybe you see something I don't. However, with the continuing burning of 10,000 Doge per block, and I might have that number wrong, there's always going to be this push downward. Unlimited supply. Like, it doesn't have all the things that I like, right? Scarcity, upgradability, popularity. Well, it's got popularity, that's for sure. But that's the reason why I pumped. Like, the Dogecoin millionaire was sitting on 2.5 mil. What is it now? Probably 1.5 mil. He probably lost 50%. Because you got to think, we went from around 60 cents down to around 30 cents. So that's a 50% loss. And that's a lot of money that person lost. So I wish them the best. I'm not going to go all in on Dogecoin. Actually, I sold some of my Doge, to be honest. I sold my Doge at 62 cents. And I made a decent penny, but I'm not getting back into it. I'm going to put that into a project that has utility, that has upgrades coming in the future. That's just me, though. We can also see some other market trends that Bitcoin outflows from exchanges suggest confidence in the crypto is out, right? So confidence in the crypto market is dwindling right now, with the blockchain data showing bearish market sentiment, or shows that the bearish market sentiment is weakening. Wait a second. With blockchain data showing bearish market sentiment is weakening, oversold Bitcoin may succeed in establishing a foothold above 40K. The cryptocurrency crossed above the psychological hurdle soon before press time, having put in lows near 37K during the Asia hours. So again, every time the Asia market comes online, we get this push down. Now, this article was written on the 27th, and if we go back to TradingView, 37. So right here, 27th. So 37, we started pumping again, got up to about 40, and then dropped back down, got up to 36, almost 37, dropped back down, got up to 37 again, dropped back down. So I'm pretty sure the big institutions, though, are buying into it. I'm pretty confident they are, right? So PayPal, Facebook, Tesla, they're buying into the cryptocurrencies as these dips come along. So I'm not concerned about it. I'm going to continue to stack my sats and diversify my portfolio, not keeping all my money or cryptocurrency on an exchange, but keeping it in a secure cold wallet of some type. So let's see here. 7-day average of Bitcoin inflows exchange turned negative for the first time since April 22nd. This means that coins are leaving exchanges after a gap of 4 weeks, a sign of investors are starting to take direct custody of their holdings. So they're withdrawing from the exchanges and keeping it in their wallets that they own, or whatever holding company that they have that they trust. Which means fewer coins are available for sale on exchanges. The better the chance of the market going up, right? So that does help us out, because the less crypto that's on the market to be sold, the more possibility of it going up. Investors typically transfer coins to exchanges when they want to sell their holdings, so consistent net inflows represent a bearish mood, while outflows signal a bullish sentiment. So with this data, I don't suspect the drawback or the pullback is done yet. But, again, if this is the bear market, I'm okay with that, because compared to the 3,200 and the numbers that I mentioned before from back in the day mining, this is nothing. Like, the profits are still good. It's still able to cover electricity, still able to cover bills, still able to cover whatever. But I am investing in my future. That's what I'm doing. With cryptocurrency, I'm investing in my future. More regulations and stuff may happen. Yeah, I might get taxed out the A, but I don't want to work the rest of my life. I love you guys. I work a full-time job. I don't want to do YouTube and work a full-time job the rest of my life. So I'm trying to invest in my future. I'm trying to, make generational wealth for my kids and for my wife and take care of them. So the 7-day average of net flows turned positive on April 22nd and rose to 14-month high of 10,628 BTC on May 17th. The Bitcoin sell-off gathered pace, with prices dropping to the lows of 30K on May 17th. The decline marked a slump of more than 50% from the record high of 64K that was reached on April 1st. Let me see that. April 1st. Let's go back to the 4-hour. I think that's a typo. I think that's supposed to be 21st, but okay. So yeah, outflows are from exchanges are dropping. We'll see how things go. Now here in the States, we've got all the drama for you guys that you guys like to watch. Our president, not saying that he's drama. I'm just saying, like, the politics in the United States is very dramatic. I understand. I don't like dabbling in politics. There's 3 things you don't talk to me about: politics, religion, and football. You stay away from those 3 at the dinner table, we're cool. So GPU rises, Vistang, what are your top 3 holdings? I did a video on that. So my top 3 holdings are Bitcoin, Ethereum, but I can't remember the third one. It's either Polygon or Chainlink. No, Cardano. Okay, yeah, Cardano. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Those are my top 3 cryptocurrencies that I'm holding. So Biden unveils a $6 trillion federal spending budget. Bitcoin may get a boost. And don't forget about the number, because, again, this article is from the 27th. Bitcoin may get a boost at the expense of the U.S. dollar as the United States President Joe Biden sets a new $6 trillion federal spending budget proposal is unveiled. The United States President will announce the massive fiscal policy, that the largest since the Second World War, to ensure investments in major infrastructure, education, and healthcare projects. Biden reportedly wanted federal government, the federal government, to spend $6 trillion in 2022. He also plans to raise the total spending to $8.2 trillion by 2031. So more reason to get into crypto, in my opinion. It would take the government at least until 2030 to shrink the budget deficit, which means that the United States will face a monumental debt burden as it borrows money to finance the Biden proposal. The scenario, per recent history, serves as an ideal bullish backdrop for Bitcoin. The decentralized cryptocurrency rallied 1582%, yada yada, from its low, yada yada. Okay, so basically, when we had the beginning of the pandemic, Bitcoin began to rally when the governments ramped up the spending to unprecedented levels to combat the pandemic. Anthony Pompliano, Of course, my boy's got to say something good. The government is proposing to push our country further into debt while simultaneously destroying the value of our currency. Historians will write that the government accelerated the destruction of the world reserve currency as the citizens cheered them on. And we got various tweets here from Plan B, Bitcoin Archive. Plan B says Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. And all the articles that I go over in my live streams are always linked down in the description below. You're more than welcome to check it out. All right, so Vitalik and Elon got into a little bit of a tiff here. Not really a tiff. They just argue points, I guess you could say. I want 3 good choices. Love me some Matic and Link. All right, everybody's good. All right, cool. I'm going to keep going with the news. Everybody's good. Thank you for everybody hanging out with us and sticking with the stream and not just leaving 2 seconds in. I appreciate you very, very much. Make sure you check out the links in the description where you can get cool merch like this from dogelord.com, as well as additional assets, recommended hardware, affiliate links, so on and so forth. They do help out the channel, greatly support us, and I appreciate you nonetheless. So Vitalik says why Elon Musk's plan for scaling crypto tenfold is fundamentally flawed. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik has posted a lengthy paper on the limits of blockchain scalability, criticizing claims made by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. The article published on Vitalik's personal blog on Sunday emphasized the trade-off between decentralization and scalability in architecting blockchain networks. The article comes in response to Elon Musk's May 15th tweet asserting that Dogecoin will emerge as a leading chain if it moves to increase its block size by 900%. I believe he says, I think this is a quote from him, ideally Doge speeds up the block 10x, increases block size 10x, and drops fees 100x, then it wins hands down. Well, the devs aren't planning on doing that. So, Vitalik challenged Musk's proposal, emphasizing the challenge of seeking to achieve a sharp increase in scalability and throughput without leading to an extreme centralization and compromising the fundamental properties that make blockchain what it is. For blockchain to be decentralized, it's crucially important for regular users to be able to run a node and to have a culture where running nodes is a common activity. Crypto Mikkel runs a node. The average user can run a node. I know some of these projects, there's like a cost to entry because you got to have so much on it, but I mean, if you start making it to where the project or the major companies have to be the ones to run the node, the average consumer may not be so enticed to join into the cryptocurrency. Whenever you come out with a new cryptocurrency, you really want to make it for the masses, not for the few percent of companies or high-level people that can actually participate while the average consumer is left out. I think that's why cryptocurrency was so attractive to the regular user. It was a store of value, a means of payment, and the average consumer can transact quickly and efficiently across the world. Just like in my giveaways, I can give away a GPU, but to ship it to you, I get taxed and customs and all that stuff when I can just send you Bitcoin. So, plus I don't have a GPU to give away anyways. But do stay tuned. When we hit 15K, if you guys help me get to 15K, we will have another giveaway. So stay tuned for that, and follow me on Twitter for updates. So Vitalik also asserted that sharding can facilitate comparable scalability to that offered by centralized chains. Based on the current state of Ethereum network, Vitalik predicts that sharding Ethereum could probably process 1 million transactions per second with a full security of the blockchain. But it's going to take work to do this without sacrificing the decentralization that makes blockchain so valuable. Elon Musk also responded to Vitalik's tweet, or at least this post right here, saying Vitalik fears the Doge. Looks like I was dropping bitrate. I'm dropping right now. Hang on. Come on, baby. You can do it. I got a Boss computer, and I should have a gigabit. I should have gigabit Ethernet, but Comcast is screwing me over. I need to have a lengthy talk with them. So if I'm chopping up, my bad, guys. It's not me, it's the stupid Comcast. And the only other people that I can use is AT&T, and they suck even worse. Alright, so let's continue moving on. I'll keep an eye on the stream. Yeah, my uploads went down really hard. Probably my kids torrenting something. Alright, anyway, so Vitalik argues that proof of stake is the solution, or is a solution to Ethereum's environmental woes. Now, you know, with Elon and everybody out there, all the naysayers, they're basically saying that mining cryptocurrency is not efficient, right? Because it uses too much energy, yada, 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 which goes into some of the articles that I'm going to go over here in just a second. But let's blow through this one real quick. So Ethereum co-founder, we all know him, Vitalik, argued that Ethereum's upcoming transition to proof-of-stake consensus mechanism is a solution to blockchain's rampant energy consumption that has been incensing critics as of late. He also said that while proof-of-stake is still in its infancy and is less battle tested, the Ethereum current proof-of-work model, it can ultimately reduce the chain's energy consumption by upwards of 10,000%. We talked about this, in really any proof-of-stake cryptocurrency will reduce energy consumption. And my apologies, I'm burping because of the energy drink. Love it, but it makes you burp. So Vitalik also argued that Bitcoin's continued use of proof-of-work means that the chain, which is currently the world's largest, will eventually get left behind as users increasingly demand more energy efficient and environmentally friendly options. A phenomenon, he says, makes it possible that Ethereum eventually eclipses Bitcoin and the largest digital asset as the largest digital asset. Vitalik seems to agree with critics regarding the need for blockchains to adopt newer, more efficient models, especially as the chain grows in volume and becomes a widely relied upon computational network. So, very interesting that we're kind of on this cusp of everybody trying to go proof of stake, trying to move away from proof of work. I want you guys to know, as miners, because you're a miner and I'm a miner, that doesn't mean all cryptocurrencies won't be proof of work. That just means maybe the majority of the cryptocurrencies out there are going to seek to transition to proof of stake if possible for that chain, but there will still be alternate currencies in which we could switch on. Now, when Ethereum goes away, everybody's done a video on, like, you know, if Ethereum goes switch to proof of stake or ETH 2.0, you know, is that the end of mining? Everybody's done videos on that. I haven't done one yet. I can do one when I get the time, but we'll see. We'll see. The short answer to it is no. It's not dead. There's always going to be other projects out there that may be beneficial or profitable for us to mine, and then we can convert that to whatever currency. Now, I jumped up to 97 viewers and then dropped dramatically. Did I lose you guys? I had 97 people and dropped to 38, and then it came right back. All right, well, let's keep going. Comcast is pissing me off. They've done this. This is the third time during a major live stream that I've lost people because of their stupid connection. And I'm supposed to, I should be getting what I'm paid for, and I just bleeped that out for you guys. But Mark Cuban, let's talk about what he looks at when he's comparing different blockchains. Most people look at the speed and cost compared to Bitcoin or Ethereum. While those things can be important, I look at the blockchains as a network with the development platforms via smart contracts. Cuban is referring to the capabilities of each blockchain beyond the speed and the cost of cryptocurrency transactions. Each blockchain, which is a decentralized digital ledger that documents cryptocurrency transactions and other information, is unique. For example, the Ethereum blockchain can execute smart contracts, which power decentralized applications like DeFi or decentralized finance and NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. The Ethereum blockchain features its cryptocurrency Ether, but can also work as a platform for other digital assets. So, I do agree with his statement. I do agree with some of his statement. And we'll wrap that up at the end here. Aspects of Ethereum are appealing to Cuban. He likens the blockchain to the internet, since different platforms from different DeFi to social media sites can be built on it. The platforms that have the most active developers and create applications with significant utility for their users will have a network effect. In turn, the blockchain could generate significant fees, which could fund the network, making it investable. So that's liquidity mining. Investors, especially whales like Mark Cuban, are looking into those projects in which they can make money over time, like kind of like liquidity mining, where you're getting the fees or a percentage of the fees that the network transacts or provides, or as the transaction goes through, all the fees are going, like instead of Ethereum or EIP 1559 burning, it would go to its shareholders or something like that, or investors. I agree with some of the statements, just not all of it. Here's what I look for. So that's Mark Cuban's, what he's looking for in blockchain technology. What I look for personally, and let me bring you on in here. Again, I look at the dev team. I look at the project, and I read the white paper. I may not know every single aspect of the cryptocurrency, but I look at the project, white paper. Does it have values that I agree with? Okay. The development team. Is it a team that I'm familiar with? Because in the past, cryptocurrencies, especially a lot of them, what would happen is you have these team of developers that develop a new cryptocurrency, Z Classic, and then leave that project and then switch over to another cryptocurrency. And meanwhile, what happens is Z Classic comes out, something happens, pump, dump, leave. All right, Bitcoin private, same thing, pump, dump, leave. So I want a team of developers that is consistent, that's not going to leave the project, that is constantly active and constantly trying to improve the blockchain in which they are participating in. That's what I look for in my devs. Also, knowing the devs out there, like some of the good ones, is helpful. But the overall project, the utility it offers, the devs, and the activity, and real-world use cases. Those are the top three things that I look at. The real-world use cases. What is the real-world impact that this cryptocurrency can have? And that's what makes me attractive, or that's what makes Polygon attractive. That's what makes Chainlink attractive, Cardano. Like the project for Cardano in Africa, working with the educational system, or within the education. Like, that's awesome, man. Like, so those are just some of the things I look for, but I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. Whether you're watching us live or after, please feel free to leave it down in the comments below. I'm going to check chat here in a second. I saw a few things come back. I'm happy that most of you guys came back. I'm not sure what my internet's being stupid. Maybe my son's torrenting porn or something. I'm joking. Maybe, but he does torrent. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that, should I? He does download and stream stuff. There you go. All right, so Iran has banned, and take note of the two articles that I'm about to go over, right? Because this is where I see a significant impact to the cryptocurrency market. Iran has banned energy-intensive mining of currencies such as Bitcoin for nearly 4 months. I mentioned this way back in another Caffeine Crypto. The president of Iran said on Wednesday that the country faces major power blackouts in many cities. The ban on mining of cryptocurrencies is effective immediately until September 22nd. Some 85% of the current mining in Iran is unlicensed. So, like, why do you have to be licensed? Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Sorry. My apologies. All right, so as next month's president election approaches, the blackouts have been widely criticized by Iranians. The government has blamed the power cuts on cryptocurrency mining, drought, and surging electricity demand in the summer. Don't forget, Taiwan has a drought too, which is impacting the silicon market, TSMC. So around 4.5% of all Bitcoin mining takes place in Iran, allowing it to earn hundreds of millions of dollars from cryptocurrency that can be used to lessen the impact of U.S. sanctions. Iran has accepted crypto mining in recent years, offering cheap power and requiring miners to sell their bitcoins to the central bank. Tehran allows cryptocurrency mining in Iran to be used to pay for imports of authorized goods. The prospect of cheap power has attracted miners, particularly from China, to Iran. Generating the electricity they use requires the equivalent of around 10 million barrels of crude oil, or 4% of the total Iranian oil exports in 2020. This is one of the many reasons why trying to move to energy efficient solutions would be beneficial. But I don't think just outright banning it would be the answer. There needs to be some improvements in infrastructure. And if you're making these Bitcoin miners sell it to you and you're at a central bank, I mean, it says it right here. Tehran allows, where was it at? Right here. So they offer cheap power, requiring miners to sell their Bitcoins to the central bank. I mean, if you're the central bank, you're obviously working with the government, right? So why not use that money that you're getting from the miners to improve your infrastructure? But if Iran is banned crypto mining because you're not licensed and it's only a small percentage now, what are they doing with the Bitcoin that the central bank got? Well, they're probably selling some of it to cover costs or to lessen the U.S. sanctions and stuff like that. So we got Iran doing that. But then we also have China. Major Bitcoin mining region in China sets tough penalties for cryptocurrency mining activities. I'm not going to go through all this, but you can check it out in the description below, because we're getting ready for DC Adventure in about 20 minutes. So China's Inner Mongolia region has proposed punishments for companies and individuals involved in digital currency mining as it looks to further crack down on the practice. Telecommunication businesses involved in mining could lose their business license, while cloud computing companies could get blocked from preferential government policies. Inner Mongolia's tough stance on mining began in March after it announced plans to ban new crypto mining projects and shut down existing activity to cut down energy consumption. China's crackdown on cryptocurrencies began in 2017 when it forced local exchanges to shut down and ban the initial coin offerings. Right? So they proposed new punishments for companies and individuals involved in digital currency mining. The move comes after Chinese Vice Premier Liu He said last week in a statement that it's necessary to crack down on Bitcoin mining and trading behavior to prevent transition of individual risk to the social field. Inner Mongolia's tough stance on mining began in March, which we mentioned. Plans to ban new cryptocurrency mining projects and shut down existing activity to cut down that energy consumption. The northern Chinese region failed to meet Beijing's energy use targets in 2019 and subsequently laid out plans to reduce power consumption. On Monday, Musk said in a tweet that he met with North American Bitcoin miners and they are committed to publish a current and planned renewable usage. So everybody's trying to go green. You know, China, once we left the peace accords or whatever you call it, where we're trying to become more energy efficient as a world, China was leading it and their numbers got skewed because of Bitcoin mining. It was a new project, especially not to mention Chia mining, guys. I mean, you see how big the Asia market is. I mean, look at the network space right now. Since I made my first video on it, we went from 3 exabytes. Actually, what was it? It was about 1. It was, damn, dude. It's not exabytes, too. It's, I forgot what it's called. Exabytes? I don't know. Anyways, this was, I think, 3 petabytes when I first made my video. Now look at that. And no, I didn't win anything, even with my small plankton 30 terabytes. I do have something new, which is coming in a future video, by the way. If you want to check it out, let me show you this real quick. It's gonna be really hard to see. So if you look right below the MSI Trio, there is a PCIe card down there at the bottom. That PCIe card is actually, see if I could show it to you. Can you see it down there at the bottom? So it's a SAS or U.2 drive connected via PCIe card, and it's an enterprise drive. I showed it in a previous video, but I will have upcoming videos as well, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that so I can keep you posted on what I'm doing, what's going on. If there's a Chia update regarding the pools, I will do it, but I am not as profound with Chia as others are, so bear with me here. I'm more focused on a broad cryptocurrency / mining aspect, not just Chia. So Google Cloud now provides blockchain insight for Polygon network. This is very exciting because I'm an investor or a proponent or a person that is in Polygon. I can't talk today. Blockchain data for Polygon, an Ethereum scaling solution, has arrived on Google Cloud Platform. An integration with Google BigQuery enables developers to analyze on-chain data for Polygon, formerly called Matic, in a more simple way, according to the email announcement Friday. With the BigQuery support, Polygon's data sets has now been listed in Google Cloud Marketplace under the public financial services category. Potential benefits of the integration are said to include the monitoring of gas fees, smart contracts, and determining the most popular tokens or applications on the network. Google BigQuery is information warehouse that acts as an indexer, allowing powerful data analysis. This can also be performed across multiple blockchains, enable a comparison between networks and tracking of inoperable tokens. Polygon said that being able to gain insights from the 6 million plus daily transactions on its blockchain will go a long way towards growing and building Polygon and the Ethereum ecosystem. The platform was recently the recipient of undisclosed investment from billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban. So if you're looking for a currency to get into that is a little bit down, actually, let's go look it up real quick. Polygon. Do they still have it as Matic? Type it in. Wow. Okay. So they still have it on Coin360 as Matic. So, I mean, I got it way back when it's like really cheap, like 1 cent cheap. And now everybody's all up on it. You know how like you were trying to date that one person and they were like, no, you're really ugly, you're not my type, whatever. And you know, years down the road, they're all like on your I don't want to say the word. They're all like on you. Yeah. Nobody liked it. And it's not just because of the rebrand from Matic to Polygon. There's some real world use cases, utilities, and overall fundamentals that I enjoy or like about Polygon. So, I mean, we went from less than $1 to almost $2.50 at the high, and we're at $1.66. So, I mean, the fact that investors, especially the millionaires, Mark Cuban and stuff like that, looking into it, is very interesting to me that more people are getting into it. So the price of Matic, the native token called Polygon, is up more than 9,535% year to date, according to Missouri. I said that wrong. Missouri is not it's the state. When decentralized finance or DeFi and other projects going live on Polygon, users have increasingly turned to the platform to escape the high transaction fees of Ethereum mainnet. And that's what happened. So the Ethereum mainnet, with its fees and congestion, has been pushing people to the Binance chain, Polygon, or other resources. And that's a dangerous thing. That's why they're trying to push ETH 2.0 as fast as possible. Because EIP 1559 is not going to fix the fees, guys. I don't know how many times we got to say that, but it's not. Let's see here. I was a Polygon user and found myself using it more and more. So Cuban already used Polygon, and he's been using it more and more. He said that he is also integrating it to lazy.com. What is that? Okay, that really doesn't mean anything to me. So apparently that's Cuban's portfolio company that allows people to easily display non-fungible tokens or NFTs. I thought it was like going to be utilized in a different fashion. We spoke to many investors and discussed with Mark Cuban, are truly mind-blowing. Yada, 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 yada. Don't care. Okay. So Polygon is listed on Cuban's website Tuesday as one of its holdings. Okay, whatever. So more investors are getting into Polygon, Matic. We'll see how things go. All right, 10 minutes left. Any questions for me? Looks like you have a dead chipset fan there. No, bud. It stays off. So I will tell you this: if you notice with the new AMD motherboards, the fans are gone. I forgot what they call them, but if you look at the new AMD motherboards coming out, the fans on the chipset are gone. Why? Because we experienced chipset fans in the past, like the XZ79 or the Z79. I forgot what it is, but we had chipset fans. The problem with those are they're loud and they die, or they tend to die. So my fan with the BIOS update, which I'm not on the latest one, will just stay off until it hits a certain temperature and then kick on. And I like that because one, it's not noisy, and two, it will It will increase the life expectancy of that chipset fan. I do turn it on, however, when I'm using Chia or trying to create plots. And for example, I am using multiple drives. I have not been using my NVMe drives because of what I mentioned before, the life expectancy, the endurance, how I want to keep my drives alive. One of the reasons why I got the enterprise drive there at the bottom. But when the NVMe drives are plotting, I do have the chipset fan on, which cools 1, 2, 3 different M.2 slots. But I talked about Chia and issues from the consumer level, especially with consumer level drives. But Seth Estrada really took it to a whole new level, and he really did a good job explaining why you shouldn't do it and stuff like that. Because people were just outright just plotting, killing their drive, plotting, killing their drive, which is why people recommend SAS and RAID and stuff like that. I don't have the money to do that. If I had the money to get a server, I would. And if I did get a server, my wife would kill me. Then you guys wouldn't have a show. It'd just be a snowball effect. We don't want to do that. I have enough hardware for my at-home mining capabilities. Matter of fact, I got a helium miner, by the way. My video isn't out yet, but it will be out way in the future. In case you haven't noticed, I film, and then maybe like later on that week I edit, and then a few days later I publish. So my videos aren't really in real time. Sometimes they are, but not all the time. So the reason I do that is because I'm really so busy, guys, and I really appreciate your patience. I thank you for all the support. I did not think that the channel would grow to the level that it is now, but I really appreciate it. I'm just a regular guy that likes to mine, that likes tech. I love to do teardowns. I love to talk about technology. That's just me. And if you have that same passion, I greatly appreciate your support through various means. Even if you don't hit like, please subscribe. If you don't subscribe, check out one of the links below. If you don't do that, maybe try joining. Like, there's so many things that you can do to help show support, and I really appreciate it. So we talked about this article, which is the RTX 3080 Ti being pushed back or postponed. It got pushed back from May 31st to now June 2nd. But that is just the announcement. Reviews will go live on June 9th. So you're going to have to wait. Additionally, at least recently, we now got confirmed 3080 Ti specs from GPU-Z. And we can see here are the specs. It is using GDDR6X, good. It's got 12 gigabytes of memory. The memory bandwidth is 912.4 gigabytes. The bus width, 384. And again, my number and speculation would have been if it wasn't LHR. This is going to be an LHR, Light Hash Rate Series. Okay, so all the new GPUs coming out, from my understanding, besides the 3090, are going to have some type of mining lock implemented in it. Probably not at the driver level, but I'm not sure how they're doing it. So we broke the driver level one on the 3060, but now there's a new 3060 that I think Son of a Tech has a video on. I'm not sure if anybody's tested an actual LHR series GPU yet. How to tell the difference between the two? I think it's actually printed on the box, LHR, but I could be wrong. Again, I haven't been able to keep up with everything because I've been so dang busy, and then I was out of town last week. But I'm pretty confident that the new GPUs, let's see here, NVIDIA LHR. Okay, so GeForce, like they should have an identifier on it. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, cards with light hash rate or LHR identifier. The identifier would be in the retail products listing on the box. So yes, it is listed on the box, so you can identify. However, I am not sure if we already broke that. And if we did, what is it? I think LOL Miner is able to supersede it, but I am not 100%. Son of a Tech did a video on it, but I think it was just using HiveOS and LOL Miner to surpass the limitations on the normal 3060 before the LHR came out. But all the cards coming out in the future, so if you get a new GPU right now, 3080, 3070, 3060 Ti, 3060, everything except the 3090, it's going to have LHR on it. If you find the original GPUs, which is probably why the price has gone up even further, you'll be good. Like, for example, I remember when the 3080 was out and everybody was like, oh, I'm not paying that much for it, blah, blah, blah. And it was $1,000, right? It was like $1,000. And now they're selling for, you know, $2,200, $2,400. It's absolutely nuts. But until these scalpers get driven out, they're going to continue to screw us over, or screw the average consumer. They're not screwing me over because I'm not buying from them. But until we push them out, they're going to stay. And what I mean by push them out is basically the supply supersedes the demand, right? So there's a lot of supply now. It's an overabundance of supply. What's going to happen is now the secondhand market is going to get flooded with more GPUs. The scalpers that are trying to sell for super high prices aren't going to be able to sell at those prices, so they're going to drop the price, which is going to flood the secondhand market even more. And then things should get better. When that will happen, honestly, I don't predict that to happen till like end of 2022. It's going to be a while. So right now, your best chance is to join my Discord. There's pages in there in which you can monitor the AMD CPUs 5000 series, the AMD GPUs, the NVIDIA GPUs, and you get notifications. Otherwise, Stock Drops is a good one. Falcodren's a good one, but I do have both of those linked in my Discord if you want to have one consolidated place. Or keep an eye on the live streams, because there's a lot of Twitch and YouTube live streams out there to help you find these GPUs. So the speeds on the enterprise drive, B Kelly, is 3,000 reads, 2,000 writes. It's not a SATA drive. So yeah, Gandhi's flip-flops is the nerf is at the chip level. That's what I thought. It's not at the driver level. It's at the, I would say, architectural level. And AMD did that to us with the 6700 XT. I talked about this in the past. So we have to see how things come out. Please smash the like button. Thank you, everybody. There's 100 concurrent viewers right now. I'm not sure if you're all bots, but if you're not a bot, please hit the like button. Please consider checking out the links down below and subscribing. Any last-minute questions before we head over to DCA Adventure, guys? And ladies, guys or girls? I do got to drive over to the beach to pick up something. Oh, no. Your video didn't work, Crypto Mikel. Let me try something here. DCA Adventure. There it is. Alright, let's mute this real quick. I'm going to smash that like button. Make sure if you guys head on over there to hit, let them know I sent you with a hashtag SerpentX raid. And let me check out the last minute questions here. Alright, so it's in its infancy. If we can totally figure out how the script and accomplish it, we'll probably make it way to miners. The method looks like it will work with LHR through depending on what they change, but it works on the 3060 and HiveOS full hash rate. That's what they said with the 3060 though. So LOL miner or so wait, Cynet Crypt, Kali. Question. Is that on the 3060 LHR that they were able to do that on the HiveOS or the original 3060? Founders Edition cards will not be LHR? What? That's not true. I have to do some research on that. That'd be crazy though. Drive cost about $320. B Kelly, $320. It's actually not bad, but I will link it to you in an upcoming video. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up for you. Let's get ready to head on over to DCA Adventure. B Kelly's trying to get my trade secrets. I see you, brother. I see you. He's like, oh, what? You got that? Okay. So first, you're gonna need this and this. So look up Micron 7300 Pro. Micron 7300 Pro. But you're going to need the adapter. And you click my affiliate link, please. If you don't mind. Click my affiliate link down below, B Kelly, before you go do something. But you're going to need some adapter like this. So click my affiliate link and then go look it up. Please, please. I love you, V Kelly. No, but no, seriously, it helps out the channel. Otherwise, I can't keep making the content. I can't keep getting the hardware that I need. Because right now, it's really hard for GPU miners or hardware miners in general, because the hardware is so expensive, right? And that's a lot of my views came from being able to get a GPU at launch, test it, run all the algos, provide the data to you, and then you guys will help me out, right? By liking it, by subscribing, stuff like that. Well, if I can't get a new GPU on launch, I'm screwed, right? Like that hurts my community, and that hurts my channel. So by you guys subscribing and doing the various things that I talked about throughout this, it helps me be able to get the hardware, if I can even get it around launch, and then go from there. And if the channel continues to grow, I can build new relationships. I am looking for sponsorships, but I want hardware sponsorships, not so much various cryptocurrencies project sponsorship. I may check out into them, and if I like it, great. But I really want hardware and various technologies to test, tear down, and present data to you guys about. But that's going to do it for me today. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging around. Scott Schultz does mention that FE cards will not get the LHR. So if you can find a Founders Edition NVIDIA GPU, you can bypass the LHR. Or, well, you won't have to worry about that. But let's head on over to DCA Adventure. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I got to get going. So I will catch you guys later on this week. Don't forget Caffeine and Crypto every Saturday around 12 p.m. Don't forget to check out the link for dogelord.com down in the description below. And B. Kelly, make sure you look into that before the price goes up. Because when I put out that video, it might go up even more, or might not be in stock anymore. So that video will come out hopefully later on this week, if not the week after. I'm going to Indiana the following weekend, so I may not do Caffeine and Crypto, but we'll have to see because I got a long drive, and we'll go from there. Crypto Mikkel, the floor is all yours. You gonna go live? You gonna go live, Crypto Mikkel? I'm looking at your channel, but I don't see anybody on. I want to let people go and there be nobody over there. Okay. There he is. There he is. All right, guys. I'm going to mute myself, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Head on over to DCA Adventure. I appreciate it and love every one of y'all. Take care of yourselves, all right? It's taking me 2 years to get 11K, 325 million. Take care, guys.